So hi everyone, welcome again. In case you missed it, I'm Timmy Gary from Antavo, a senior loyalty strategist here. And today's webinar will be about the winning strategy and combination of mobile applications and loyalty programs. I have really experts, special experts today with me from Mito, a digital agency. Let me introduce them. One of them is Csaba Végső, who is the Business Director Development at Mito.
Hello, everyone.
And the other person is Tina Todd, who is a business consultant at Mito. So welcome her too.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, and just a bit of piece of technical information. This webinar is a live webinar, so you will be able to ask questions from us. We will dedicate a Q&A section to this at the end of the webinar. And in case you have any questions, just type it in the questions label in the corner. And from now on, the webinar will be 50 minutes long, so you will be able to catch up with your upcoming meetings and so on. So let's begin. Here you can see the structure for today's webinar. At the beginning, we will briefly introduce ourselves, so who is Mito, who is Antavo. Then we will look at some current trends which affect the customer's shopping behavior currently. And then we will raise the questions, how much usually companies know about their customers, how you can collect more data about them, and why it's needed to collect more information about them. And in point 4 and 5, we will share with you some technical and inspirational solutions, how data collection and ongoing engagement with your customers can happen currently during the pandemic and beyond it. And then, as I mentioned, we will have the Q&A section. So now a bit about Antavo. So we are a software as a service solution who enables you to run omnichannel loyalty programs in your store, online, and within a mobile application. We were founded in 2012, and as you can see, we are operating around many offices in Europe, mainly in Europe, but actually we recently hired someone in Hong Kong too, so we are expanding to the Asian markets as well. Our team is kind of global. We have more than 7 nationalities actually in our team already. And as you can see, we are working with global clients and well-recognized brands like AB InBev, Benetton, and Embrand Group. And most of our clients are usually the following industries: fashion, luxury fashion, food and beverages, retail, and we actually have a dedicated section and solution for shopping malls, for example, as well. And why we are different? We strongly believe in that today you can't really build customer loyalty purely just giving points to customers for their purchases and then providing them discounts. We believe that customers need to be engaged outside of their buying cycle with gamification methods on the social media channels which they like to interact with, and of course on the different channels across all the channels basically that you own as a company, as a brand. And that's why we focus on developing and improving our product in a way that enables that to run loyalty programs which basically build true loyalty towards your customers. I don't want to dive too deep into what we do and what we offer. You can learn more about us on our website. Feel free to visit it after the webinar. And now I would like to hand it over to Timo for Mito to introduce them, who Mito is actually and what they do in general. So Mito, go ahead.
Thank you, Timmy. Hi, everyone. This is Timmy Monika Todd. And you have already heard I work as a business consultant for Mito, and I'm going to briefly introduce our company. Mito is an independent full-service agency which is located in Budapest, Hungary. We collaborate with clients in many industries, mainly in banking, telecommunications, retail, and FMCG, both locally and globally. Our business units create synergies from myriads of competencies available internally, as we intend to have everything in-house, and this ensures seamless end-to-end services from design to delivery. Our creative team is responsible for branding and campaigns. The performance unit makes sure that there are no clicks left behind, But today you will meet us, Csaba and myself, representing the other two business units, Digital and Next. And we are into designing digital customer-facing interfaces and figuring out data-driven customer engagement solutions. So if you want to learn more about what we can do for you, please visit our website, www.mito.hu. But now I will start diving into our topic today. And that first we'll cover everything about customers do differently now in terms of their purchases. I guess that you have all seen headlines similar to these, and I'm sure that you all experienced the direct effects of the lockdown in your lives. And we still remember very vividly the restrictions that disrupted our shopping routine and habits from one day to another. And you are very well aware of the immediate consequences. We nearly stopped going out to the stores. This resulted in seriously declining shop visits, of course. And since our lives needed to go on, what we did, we shifted to the online channel. And this resulted in huge differences versus previous habits and customer behavior. We can say that except for groceries, overall spending decreased basically on everything. This table, however, shows the extent of growth of share of online purchases per category. Red means decline of online purchases, while the different shades of blue means different extent of growth. In some industries and countries, online shift is more significant, while in others it is less prevalent. However, it is not the extent of growth that is truly interesting in this shift, but the impact of the online routine on how we shop in retail. Nowadays, it is a concern for retailers to reopen their shops and how, because of the safety issue. And as a retailer, you may assess reopening with shortened opening hours or limiting the number of visitors in the shop or not opening at all. But you can also be creative and transform the entire retail experience by, let's say, looking at the shop window, considering it as a screen and letting people browse the content of the shop, even if they cannot enter the shop itself. Obviously, it doesn't bring back the richness of the retail experience, but innovating the meaning of window shopping directly links the offline browsing experience with the online purchase opportunity. By the way, this example actually happened for one of the bookstores in the UK. We are not sure if this online shift sticks or not, but we know that the case of necessity by the restrictions definitely helped overcome certain mental barriers to shop or pay online for previous non-users, and definitely increased the frequency for those who already used to buy their things in online stores. And of course, this trend is also influenced by how retailers will respond during the next wave. We don't know that yet. We are experiencing that right now. Whatever happens, though, we can say that customer loyalty has been and is seriously challenged. Disruption in the supply chain constrained customers to look for alternatives, change their regular brands, and try new ones. And by losing the retail impulsivity, a shift to buy only value and essentials can be also observed. And in this form, the habit of mindful shopping appeared or got strengthened. The accessibility to alternatives and many different new choices increase the likelihood of brand switching, and that makes loyalty a challenge. By consumer sentiment and behavior reflect the uncertainty of the COVID crisis too. There is a pressure to tackle the safety need, like offering contactless solutions or provide home delivery, not only for convenience, but also for the safety reason. In this case, digital channels are becoming more important, and they emerge even more and actually become a preference for customers. Capturing these changes in numbers, you can see that a very high % of customers already tried new shopping behaviors, and they also intend to continue their adopted habits. As I already mentioned, the reasons for switching ranking the highest are the value, the availability, and quality. This can be observed in most of the countries, but there are some regional or country-specific results that you may discover on this slide. So, how can we leverage these behavioral changes for good? We don't have an answer to that, and we didn't figure out a solution yet that can efficiently cope with the loyalty challenge. And all these statistics here are pointing to the increased role of mobile devices. But my colleagues Csaba and Timi will talk about a possible approach that can handle both. So this was from my side. Csaba, please take over. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Timo, for the intro part. And let me get to the topic of identifying your customers, because identifying a customer is not a new topic. It's been here before the pandemic. During the pandemic, of course, when the lockdown is happening, it's not that relevant topic. But as soon as the stores can reopen, it will be equally important afterwards to know who is the customer that walks through your door and who is the one making the transactions there. As it's not a new thing, I'm sure many of the audience has already in place these kind of procedures of identifying your customers and rolling them to the loyalty programs if you already have some. But it's a topic that's constantly evolving, and we think that it's important to follow and keep an eye on the market, because new opportunities are coming and are available for brands to generate value. We gathered some key principles that still should be kept during the customer identification. Some of these are not new, but some are. And first and foremost, the most important thing is that whenever you want to identify a customer or get them enrolled, then you should do it in a way that's very easy and quick, and that gives the user a very seamless experience. And you should keep it as simple as possible without utilizing any kind of lengthy procedures or forms that the users should fill. There is a rather new principle that customers now tend to look for solutions that are touchless. They are feeling more and more uncomfortable with touching devices or any kind of surfaces that can be touched by other customers because of the pandemic, of course, which turns this customer identification procedure rather to the own devices of the customers. So whatever you come up with in the identification procedure, you should push it towards the device of the customer itself. And as the identification procedure is much more important for the brand than for the customer itself, then you should at least provide some experience that's fun and convenient for the customers, so they feel good after providing their data to your business. And of course, the last but not least is digitization, which can be emphasized enough. Our point about digitization is that you should consider choosing a tool that will allow to reach out to those customers in the digital ecosystem afterwards they identified themselves towards your business. And we brought two examples actually to demonstrate these principles. One is very new and very recent, which is called App Clips. It literally just been rolled out by Apple a couple of weeks ago. App Clip is a small part of your application. So you need to have a mobile application present in the App Store, but it does not have to be present on the phone of the user itself or the customer. The big plus or benefit is that this app clip can be triggered at the right place and at the right moment for the customers. And the tool for triggering the app clip can be seen on the right side. It's a special app clip code, which looks like a messenger tag or a special QR code. And it can also be an NFC tag, which means that if you get the phone in a close proximity of this tag, then it will load the app clip on the device. To show you how it looks and how it feels from the customer perspective, we brought you an example that demonstrates this. And I would like to show you how it looks like from the shoes of a potential customer. Let's say that I am going out for eating dinner, and I'm going to a restaurant called Antavo. I go into the restaurant and sit to the table, and I realize that there is this special good-looking code the app clip code on the table. So I hover my phone over the code, which has this NFC tag, which opens the app clip on my device on the lock screen on top of everything. And this is an interaction that's very natural and that doesn't have any obstacles. So it immediately opens the app clip that prompts me to spin and win. And as I get interested in this, I push play. So let's see what it holds for me. And now you can see the app clip is displayed on the full screen of the device. So I'm having the full brand experience of the restaurant. And I can spin the wheel to see what it holds for me. And let's see what I get this time. And it's a free burger. I won a free burger by just sitting at the table and engaging with the app clip. And here, with one click, I can go and claim my reward. But before I do so, the app clip gives you the opportunity to seamlessly sign up the customers to your loyalty program. And because app clip supports sign in with Apple, and every iPhone is tied to an Apple ID by default, it's really just a click of the login button and another click to send my details to the business. With these two taps, I'm actually enrolled to the loyalty program. And I have a freshly created account, and this app clip prompts me that I am ready to get my reward, my free burger. I can decide to redeem it now, and so the waiters can bring me my burger, but now I will save it for later because I came to eat something else. And as you can see, this shows me that the reward is saved to my account. And this app clip also promotes me the application and tells me that if I download the application, I will find that burger reward within that application. And anytime I decide to come back to have my burger, I just simply pull out the application and show the waitress my reward, and they will be ready to bring me my burger. This screen is literally just brings me into a one-tap distance to download this application, because as soon as I would push this get button, it would download the full application on my device. So as you can see, it's a pretty neat example of enrolling a customer and also giving them a benefit to do so. And similar experience is also available on Android via using the instant applications. And this is a very good reason why keeping an eye open on the market and looking for new solutions can give you real value, because you can be sure that not many of the businesses will be aware of the solution in the upcoming months, and even less will actually implement such solution. So it's a good way to really engage with your customers in a new way. And once you have those customers enrolled in your loyalty program, it's very important that you will want to give them a tool to identify themselves for later interactions. And for that, you have many different tools again available in the toolset. Traditionally, these tools have been simple plastic cards. But according to surveys, actually customers find it one of the biggest obstacles standing between them and their rewards or claiming those rewards, which means that these plastic cards, they tend to wear, customers lose it, they break it. So it's just simply, it's not there with them. So the least thing you should do and you can do is to digitalize this card. And for that, you have different options. The most convenient and basic option is to use the native wallet functionality of the operating system and mobile devices. So both Android and iOS offers you a native wallet application. And actually, you can generate the loyalty card on server side for your customers and send it out in an email and allow the customers to save it into these native wallet applications. If you take one step further, or if you already have an application in place, then you can make this pass available within that application, either by storing the pass in the wallet or just simply showing that within the application. If you choose the later one, to show that pass in the application itself, then there's one very important thing to pay attention on, is that it's always have to be available even when the user is not having internet connection. It's a very, very inconvenient experience not being able to load the card because you are a place where the internet connection is not that good. We brought you an example of Beerhawk, which is a UK-based brewery company. For some reasons, they saw a spike in their enrollment when the coronavirus broke out in the UK. Not to say this brand is delivering beer to the house, so it's understandable why people chose to go with them. And this brand chose to go with sending out the loyalty pass in emails, and many of their customers have downloaded those passes. And by this, they opened up a very nice and a very direct communication channel towards their customers, because as soon as you have your pass downloaded into customers' phones, you will have access to those devices via push notifications. And this will allow you to keep the customers engaged. And this part I will hand it over to Timmy.
Thank you. Yes, as Csaba mentioned, it's really important that after customers enrolled in the program and encouraged to identify themselves whenever they are basically visiting a store or shopping online or shopping offline or whenever, it's really important to keep them engaged. And basically the mobile application and the loyalty program gives you together a really easy combination of a solution that helps you to do that, because the mobile app is always with the customer or the mobile phone itself. So whenever they go to the store, they can engage with your brand through their mobile application. If they do something online through their mobile app, like visiting your social media channels or website, again, they can do some kind of engagement. And let's see some common principles again that need to be followed if you want to build a really engaging app and loyalty related strategy or experience towards your customers. Some of these elements is again not new, as also Csaba mentioned in the first case, and some of these are actually just make sense, because customers tend to more engage with frequent and small things they need to do. So that's why it's really good with a mobile app to engage them just 1 minute or 5 minutes maximum on a daily basis with the app some way. And for that we have many gamification methods like challenges, for example, or quick fun surveys, which is more about not your products necessarily, or not the things that you are selling, but more about the customer itself, which makes it fun to the customer to feel in. And besides having these small interactions, the really good thing that whenever the customer is interacting with you, we are able to collect data about themselves. And if we have the data, this is when we can step into and customize, personalize their experience within the application, the communication towards them, and so on. And of course, these interactions and the personalized communication and the loyalty experience we are offering, again, needs to be experienceful, engaging, and fun, which is really critical, especially many other platforms are competing each other to getting the attention of the customer. And now it's really getting harder and harder to get their attention, but with fun and innovative solutions, let's say you can grab just that couple of minutes of their mind that can help you to build up that engagement towards you, that it's really makes them think about you whenever they have a need, for example, a need for a product or need for a solution. And of course, the last thing is you need to be also in omni-channel and design these experiences to be available to the customers, whichever channel they are on. And by omni-channel, I mean two ways. I mean, you need to be there where the customer likes to engage with you. So if the customer is active on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, you need to come up with some fun elements that they can interact there with you through the loyalty program. And the other way that also, of course, you need to focus on your own channels that you know that it's important for you to drive there more sales, more businesses, more interactions towards the customers, which can be again online, offline, mobile app, or even a social media channel. And today I collected 5 examples for you One of them is, as I mentioned before, everything is starting with collecting the data about your customers. And of course, we know that customers don't like to fill out long, boring forms where you need to type a lot of things at once. That can be the worst case scenario today, especially when we are talking in an offline environment, when they need to fill in by hand a form, and they usually don't do that. And of course, that's the other thing, that you need to digitalize it, which also a headache. So that's why it's good if this kind of surveys or forms available within an application, and you can shorten the forms and basically ask these questions whenever the customer is interacting with you, just starting with small things, collecting small, necessary, most important information at the beginning, and when the customer comes back, you can ask again, more and more and more. Of course, they can get incentives for that, like in the form of points, or and not, I wouldn't say or, but and, you should make this experience really fun and engaging. And this is where, for example, visualizing, making these surveys more fun, engaging can help you. Like, for example, making these surveys appear in terms of experience, similar to the platforms that the customer is already engaging with and familiar with. Like in this example, you can see here is a Facebook dislike and like type of question regarding to a product that we are asking from the customer. And it's really easy from the customer point of view, because it's clearly seen what he needs to do. So you don't need to spend a couple of minutes to understand the question. He just simply can click on like. Or the other fun way to asking the questions can be Tinder-like quizzes, where they just need to swipe right or left, whether they like something or not. But of course, as I mentioned here, you don't need to just ask about the products. You need to ask about their personalities, the hobbies, what they like to do, their free time, because all of this data will help you to personalize your communication, to really speak to your customer. And I brought here an example, a live example from Antavo and Mito. For example, when they enroll customers into their loyalty program, they just ask one fundamental information on their enrollment, and this is about their birth date. And I know that basically on the market, every loyalty program has a birthday reward. And usually customers, of course, sharing their information to get that, but usually they forget it when the big day is approaching. But still, this birthday perk, we see many times that they are working. We tested it with many clients, and as you can see, this kind of it still works as a surprise and delight element, and it's basically increased the total spend and order frequency of customers. And how we can improve this, that offering, for example, these visual quizzes the customer the chance to pick what type of birthday reward they would like to get when their special day is coming. It can be either points, can be discount, can be access to special event, or a gift that they can get with their next order. And the next example that I would like to share with you is, okay, we started to collecting data. Now we need to make the experience again segmented and relevant within the application, because our main goal is to increase the customers' engagement level with the app and with the rewards within the events. We want to increase conversion, that they redeem, they claim the rewards, and they use the rewards. And we can do it if we collect what they are doing within the application as well. We can consider their RFM metrics, like their recency, frequency, monetary value of these customers. Besides the data we collected through the surveys, we can take into consideration what they do in the application, which features they are engaging with, which rewards they are viewing, which events they are attending to, and so on. And this example is from Hong Kong land. They are a shopping mall in Hong Kong. And what you can see here is they are listing out relevant rewards to their customers based on their gender, their monetary value, and basically the tier status they are in the program. Because, of course, a woman who is over 30, let's say, she's more likely interested in yoga type events, like compared to a man who is below 30 and more into sporty things, party things, and would be more interested in what the mall offered to him in terms of entertainment. And as you can see, we experienced that this kind of personalization within the rewards and the events can uplift again the purchase behavior of the customer. So, for example, a 6% uplift in average order value can be achieved with this kind of initiative. And the other thing I wanted to show today with you, to you, and it's really exciting, is that Luisa Via Roma, they are a luxury fashion retailer from Italy. They are a client actually from 2017, so they are basically one of our oldest clients, and they have recently launched a gamified application and game application, let's say. And within the application, they have challenges. And basically what they did is truly for engaging customers continuously, because every one of your goal probably is to be top of your customers minds whenever they have a need. And by providing customers challenges where they need to engage with you in a quick way on a daily or a weekly basis, you can basically not just collect from them data, but you can basically build up a behavior in them, a new behavior. And this is what Luisa Via Roma does. They basically, when you enroll in this application, allow you to design your own avatar and basically dress up your avatar with the products which are available at Luisa Via Roma store. And they have weekly challenges like dress up your character for a dinner or for a date night or for a movie event or when you are running and going for a sport activity. And when you dress up this character, the community will vote which dress or outfit character design, let's say, they like the most. And if you win on these challenges, then you can get points, Luisa Via Roma credits, that you can use in their loyalty program to redeem special experiences, get early access to product releases. So as you can see, it's really experienceful, fun, engaging, and the other thing that it's really relevant to their business to basically be a stylist. This is their mobile application main communication basically, and the really good gain from this app for Luisa Via Roma that they are not learning about their customers' special preferences in terms of products, colors, sizes, whatever, and they can basically build up again personalized communication towards the customers and send them relevant offers. As you can see, these kind of initiatives can improve the second purchase rate. In their case, is 22% improvement was noticeable, but you don't need to go as further as Luisa Via Roma because everything can be started with a smaller package. So you don't need to find out a really interesting game which is big, but you can just think about the things that you already have, like customers who sharing on your social media, or customers who just using a feature of your application, or just logging in your application on a daily basis, or customers who are opening up your emails and visiting from the emails your website. So basically, you already have many things that customers can do towards with your brand. You just need to collect them together and create a challenge based on that. Like, for example, a customer needs to open an email once in a week, interact with your app, or share something on Instagram. That's it. And if they fulfill it, they can gain a benefit. The magic comes when you basically require the customers to repeat these actions from over a period of time, like on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, etc. Because if they do so, this is how you can build up their behavior. This is proof social science, which is playing important part here, basically. And how to incentivize that? That's a really good question, because you need to find that benefit that worth the customer to do these challenges, complete these challenges. And usually in a loyalty program, actually it's easy, depending on the structure, to find these kind of incentives. It can be anything from avoiding point expiration, for example, or it can be that you win a special, really exclusive access to a highly demanded product releases. Or the benefit can be that they can get, again, extra points And if they don't participate again in this challenge, they lose their points. So also loss aversion is playing a really important part here to make it successful. And the next example is that, okay, now we personalize the in-app experience. Now we can send personalized messages to the customer based on where they are. And I think this will be really important when the pandemic is over and customers finally can go whenever they want. And this can be used when basically they are around your store, and you can bring them back to the store basically by sending them messages about unused coupons or discounts. So basically reminders that what they can do regarding the loyalty program. Or it can be also updates, like they are unlocked a new tier, a new benefit is waiting for them in the store, let's use it. Or it can be again something you can also use here cross-sell and upsell strategies as well, like making the customer to do something to upgrade to a new tier in the store if they come in today. And of course, this communication channel basically can work in a new channel where you can communicate to customers ongoing events on your store, like a special sales or a special in-store exclusive event that it's currently happening. And how these updates are possible? Basically, the application just needs to have access to the customer location, and it's possible by sharing GPS coordinate data from the customer. That's one way. And the other way is that in the store, you have, for example, beacons, and these beacons can transmit messages to the customer phones in case Bluetooth is turned on their phones, because it works based on Bluetooth technology. And the last example is again about push notifications. The mobile app itself opens a few new communication channels, which basically you can use in the same way as emails, but customers tend to more sensitive about app notifications because they like receiving app notifications around topics and around updates which are really important to them and relevant to them. So that's why I wouldn't use apps in the same way as you use email marketing. So mass communication should be really avoided, should be avoided if possible, and be as relevant as possible. That's why in case of loyalty messages can work really well. Like, for example, when someone is unlocking a new tier and congratulating to the customer, sending out the benefit that they can use right away from the app, is a really good message to send out, or just congratulating on a birthday, or again doing some segmented communication where here again you can use cross-sell upsell campaigns, for example, or simple transactional messages. And as you can see here, we collected some statistics that compared to non-loyalty emails, loyalty emails open rate are improving 29%. And when it comes to push notifications in general, customers are more likely to engage with those even more, because compared to non-loyalty emails and loyalty emails, you can see they are overperforming their performances, and it's 58%. And basically that's it, what we wanted to share with you as inspirational examples. Now Csaba will talk to you about actually how it can be built up for yourself if you would like to. So Csaba, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Tim. Yes, indeed. So for all these things that we talked about during this webinar, all the features that you have seen, or all the tools to identify and to engage with the customers, the good news is that we have already a tool for this. And this is supposed to supercharge your loyalty experience on mobile devices. And this tool actually is a mobile application, and we call it an accelerator mobile application because it's a native app that we have designed and developed for Android and iOS. And it supports your loyalty program out of the box with pre-built capabilities. It means that this application that we are offering is pre-integrated with the Antavo loyalty management platform. So whatever you have as a capability within the Antavo platform, you also have that supported already in a mobile application in a native way that was designed to have the best customer experience around in mobile applications. This application is built for customization, which means that the features that are already in the application, for example, we have the access to the loyalty card. You have already access to your point balance. You have access to your transaction history. You have access to your tiers. You have access to challenges so you can earn points. And you also have access to places where you can burn those points or spend those points, where you can turn those into rewards that you can redeem at the stores or online. So the pre-built features are built for customization, and it means that with minimum effort, it can be tailored to match your brand guidelines. And also, we built it with a focus that this app is extendable with non-loyalty features. It means that you can have any other business features in the application that you would need on top of the loyalty. For example, you can have e-commerce features, a web shop within the application, or if you're a restaurant, you can have a list of your restaurants with the map, table reservation module inside. So the possibilities are endless, and we built this solution so that you can focus on your loyalty program and also the other business aspects that you have to focus to make your application successful. The biggest benefit of this solution, apart from having already a state-of-the-art mobile application as a base for your next generation mobile application, is that we have spared the effort of designing and delivering this solution by yourself. So whatever you will need for your loyalty program is pre-built and available within this accelerator application. And the good news is that this solution is production ready, is live, and is available for any customers using the Antavo loyalty management platform. And I would like to thank you for taking attention on the content part. And now we will have time for the questions and answers, which I will give it to Timmy to coordinate.
Thanks so much. So yeah, here's our Q&A section. So if you navigate to the questions label of your control control panel, you are able to send us questions. Just type your question and hit the submit button, and we are more than happy to answer them. And actually, we have already received a few questions. So let me browse that and check what we have here. So, for example, Kate is asking, do I have to have as a first step or separately a loyalty program for adding the features, program elements in the application? So basically, the developing the loyalty program and the application can happen at the same time, so you don't need to have separately an already existing loyalty program if you don't have yet. And it's also possible to integrate your already existing loyalty program elements in the application. I think Csaba has already mentioned that part. Okay, let's see. The next question is from Christopher. I guess, Csaba, you will be able to take this. Let me read it up. How much time usually people can save by using an accelerator application?
Okay, yeah, that's typical and usual question. I will say it depends, of course, on what features of the accelerator app you would use and would have to build by yourself. But in general, our finding is that usually you save 4 to 5 months of design and development efforts that you can save by having an application pre-built for this.
Okay, thank you. And as I see, we have another question, which is from Emma. She's asking, how does the mobile app handling the coupon codes? Csaba, I guess it will be yours again.
So coupon codes. Okay. I guess I understand where this question is coming from. So when you have a coupon code that's traditionally often offline, of course, you find it in in a magazine or find it online somewhere. So when you go to the store, you need to somehow present it, or if you're online, then you enter it in a form. Within the Accelerator application, we provide many possibilities for this. You have multiple ways to handle coupon codes. One is just simply the app is able to show the coupon code in the application by text. If it's a simple coupon code, then it's visible, and customers can just simply copy and paste it to the web form, for example. The app can also show the coupon code in the format of a barcode, or if not a barcode, then a QR code, whatever format is required by the store or a scanner device that's used in the store. And on top of this, users can also download the coupon codes into their wallets. So if they are going to a store or any place that does not have proper internet connection, then they can have access offline also to the coupon codes from the native wallet solution that was presented earlier for the loyalty card itself.
Perfect, thank you. And I see that one more question, which is coming from James. If I have a loyalty app, how do I encourage people to download it, increase its user base? So basically, for example, Csaba shared a really cool experience for the customers with the Lucky Wheel. So if you can grant something as an instant reward to customers after they get enrolled or registered to your loyalty program, that's always a really good strategy to encourage them to share their data and sign up. And the other thing which is was really good in this Lucky Wheel example, that it's fun and engaging. You just spin the wheel and you will see that whether you won or not, but you can actually use the reward if you sign up. The other way that many customers doing it, so let me say that there are many different strategies for this depending on your business and what you can do. For example, one of our sportswear companies is increasing the user base or loyalty member base of them for a limited time. They are doubling the points for all of the interactions that the customers are doing with their brand. So let's say for 2 months or 3 months maximum, everyone can earn more, and after that everything will be reduced to it. And it's really good for them because they can increase the registrations and they can also test what's happening when the change is going on, whether customers will lose interest or not. So it's always a good point to testing out stuff, to be honest. So if you're not sure which incentive or benefit the customers go for, then it's always good to run an A/B test or multivariate test depending on what you can offer them. Or the other thing is working with the welcome gift, like in the case of an instant reward. That's something that they can use right away when they sign up, whether it's a welcome voucher, which is really typical, or extra points, or maybe an exclusive access to the loyalty program. I saw at one of our clients running their loyalty program as a exclusive kind of program where you could sign up for a limited time and tried out the program experience, and based on your feedback, basically the program was improved, and they did a really good job in marketing the whole concept and creating this exclusive insider feeling towards the customers. So it was also really popular for them. Hope this helped. As I see, we don't have any more questions, and as I promised at the beginning of the webinar, we will be ready within 50 minutes. Then if no one is, I just received a new one, so let's check it. Sergio asking, is it recommendable for loyalty points to have a due date? Is it recommendable to have an extension of validity? I think you are meaning expiration for loyalty points, I guess. So how long the customer is able to use the loyalty points within the program. I guess this is what you meant by that. And yes, usually is a good approach because at least with this you can raise urgency in the customers, because if the points has an expiry date or validity date, then you can always follow them up and reach out to them to take action before the points are disappearing. And yes, that also can be a really good incentive to to let them do something to extend or avoid the expiration of points. Thanks so much for the question, by the way. It's really good. Let me wait a couple of minutes if you would like to ask something, but if not, then don't be afraid. You can reach out to us via email or whenever you would like to. And this webinar, we recorded it, so we will send it out to you in a follow-up email. Thank you, everyone who joined us, and especially big thanks for Csaba and Timo, who joined us today from the end of Mito and shared their experience. So the webinar recording will be in your mailbox, and if you still have any questions, feel free to reach to us. And thanks for you again for today. And if you would like to learn more about us, just visit our website. And that's it, I think. Have a nice day, and bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.